new chair for me, so bear with me as I try and get acquisition to it, and I'm sure Dave and Annette will keep me in check. So I'll call this meeting to order. It's March 27th. The time is 1:10 p.m. We'll start with any public comments. If there's anyone from the public that has any comments, now's the time. Anybody?
Anyone virtually? Let me get Mrs. Solani.
Going once, anybody? No? Okay. We'll move on to item number 3, review and approve of the minutes.
Yes, we apologize. We did not provide the link to the minutes, so staff is requesting to table these minutes until we have our next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 4, Texas Water Development Board, Nick Collins. Nick?
Good afternoon. I have no new updates from last week at the moment.
Thank you, Nick.
All right.
Okay, Rio Grande COG, item number 4 as far as Paris Solis, go ahead.
Yes. So our next agenda item is to discuss and take appropriate action to appoint Tara Solis as the voting member for generating electric utilities. Ms. Solis is present today. So if you all recall, last week we had an opportunity to meet Ms. Solis, and she talked about her expertise and her experience in terms of working in this field. So at this time, I would ask through the chair if anybody would be so gracious to make a motion to appoint Ms. Solis as the voting member for generating electric utilities.
Also move.
Second.
Dave,
Yes, Chair. So we have a motion from Mr. Hall and a second from Jeff Bennett.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Anyone opposed? Any further discussion?
Discussion comes before the vote.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
You did okay. You're all right.
So I think we said all those in favor, aye. So the motion carries.
Motion carries.
All right.
Thank you. Item number 5, ACOM, provide general RFP updates.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Oh, go ahead, Nanette.
No. I was gonna ask who was going to present, but that's you. Gilbert, go ahead.
No, I think the only one date I have right now to present to you guys is that we have our first amendment. And that's what we're here for, is to get that approval today to submit the amendment for April 1st of 2025, which is going to be Tuesday of next week. That is the one critical date that we have right now. And moving forward, we'll provide the other dates as we move along.
And if I may, ACOM, so in a conversation with Mr. Hall, we were talking about just looking at potential dates. Does it seem to you that we wouldn't meet again until May possibly, or would there be an April meeting perhaps?
I think right now, Travis, and looking at it, I think the last time we left it, were we going to try and have a meeting in May?
Last I had said I would like a meeting in May
Meeting in April,
at the
I'm
earliest.
sorry.
If the region would like to have a meeting in April, that's fine. We can provide updates as to what we've been doing, and then our plan was to, if we weren't going to have a meeting in April, is to provide some sort of summary email, as we've done. I believe we did in February, midway through.
And I think that if it's more reasonable to have the meeting in May for ACOM to have all the materials ready, then the council governments can wait until then, if that's okay with the planning group.
So that's either way. We can be ready for April or May. If it's the pleasure of the planning group to meet in May, we can be ready for May as well.
You have a preferred date in May, you guys?
No, sir.
You want to send something
I'll
out?
send it out. Mhm.
Okay, and just see what people like.
Yes.
Okay.
And are we tabling the April 10th regarding the agenda for administrative costs?
Yeah, we're gonna hold. Okay, I will send out a poll to check everyone's availability, and we'll see if we can keep Thursdays. I think for consistency's sake, we'll look at the Thursdays in May.
In your slide that you presented on the 20th. You had September 4th, January 8th, and February 4th and December 16th on there as dates. Do you want us to go ahead and calendar those dates?
I would say if we,
Go ahead.
I would say if we had them on there, I think that's our ideal dates to meet. So if we can make those, that would be great.
Okay, why don't we see if we can go ahead and calendar those dates then?
Okay.
It's September 4th of 2025, January 8th of 2026. And it's getting pretty far out. Let's
Yeah,
just see
let's talk
those two
about it.
for now.
Yeah.
Well, but I think it's good to have it on their calendars, Dave. You know, we got
Yeah.
a bigger group now and
September
we just need
4th
to
is
make-
September 4th is probably the only one we need to pay attention to now.
Right.
So I
It's-
will say
6.
September 4th and January 8th correspond to two deliverables. The September 4th date precedes the technical memorandum deliverable to TWDB, and the January 8th meeting is for the FMEs for the region to request TWDB to perform certain FMEs.
Yeah, I didn't realize that only one of those is 2025, so that's probably the only one to pay attention to right now.
I will say these also may change as TWDB updates the schedule, and I believe we're signing that final contract soon. They've given drafts, but it's not final.
Yeah, when you send something out, why don't you do it for both May and July? Because they had question mark for July also, question mark May, question mark July.
Okay.
So any preferences for July, you guys? No? Okay,
No, sir.
okay.
All right.
We'll move on to item number 6, ACOM discussion and presentation on F5 project prioritization and review public comments.
Yes, so on this item here, we had it in case we were, in anticipation of receiving public comments on the amendment. We have not received any at this time, either written or verbal today. So there are no other items to discuss on this agenda.
Okay.
Item number 6.
So we can move on to
Yes.
number 7.
Mhm.
We'll go on to number 7, Grant Cog.
Yes, and this is to discuss and take appropriate action requesting approval to adopt the draft 2023 Upper Rio Grande Flood Planning, Regional Flood Plan Amendment and approval for Region 14. And to allow the consultant AECOM to respond accordingly to all subsequent requests. At this point, again, we have not received any comments. So the way that the amendment was presented to you at the last meeting, I understand is how it's going to be submitted to Water Development Board if approved today.
Any further discussion from anybody?
I think Annette, just to talk here, that's going to be pending. We're still doing some internal reviews here on our part, and you know, we might have a couple of small little changes, but nothing that's going to affect what you guys saw before. I just thought I'd let you guys know we're still going through internal reviews, and we'll be ready to get that submitted in April 1st. But no big changes to the group.
That's good. Thank you, Gilbert. Item number 8.
Oh, so we would want to ask if we can get a motion
Okay.
for this amendment to be submitted.
Can we get a motion?
I'll entertain a motion.
Second?
I'll second
it.
7. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Item number 8.
Yes. This is from the Rio Grande Council of Governments. This is a discussion and take action to authorize the Rio Grande Council of Governments to execute an amendment to the contract with AECOM to extend the interim submittal deadlines for the 2028 regional flood plans. If you all recall, at the last meeting, this was the language that we used to allow us to amend our contract with Water Development Board. And so this is just mirroring the same request, but now with our subcontractor AECOM. And I can answer any questions if you have.
Yeah, I was looking back, I was trying to figure out what the difference was.
Yes, the
Okay.
first one was
I
Water
got it.
Development Board, now it's AECOM.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
Also move.
Second,
Wait a second.
We need a second from a member, please.
There was
I'll
a
second.
second.
Okay, so, Levi said first.
any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes.
All right, and so I'm going to make I'm not providing an excuse, just a reason. We were somewhat hurried in making sure we had this agenda ready for the meeting today after we concluded our meeting last week. So we do know how to count. I know
Numbers
that
for the paragraphs.
we're missing some numbers here. We're not jumping from 8 to 14. We're actually going from,
You also
9 to
skipped
10.
5.
Yeah. We don't like numbers here at the COG. That's just way too confining, but we're actually at agenda item
I wouldn't go
10.
quite that.
Agenda item 10, and that was to adjourn. Sure. Sorry, everyone.
Before we adjourn, I don't know if you've given Oscar a chance to introduce himself.
We have not. Yeah, you're right. We have
If
not.
we could give Oscar a chance to just introduce himself and talk about his role at the city, I think that'd be good before we adjourn. Just welcome him here too. Oscar?
Do you want to say a few words?
Hello, everyone. Oscar Villalobos here with the City of El Paso. I'm currently the manager for land development as well as the floodplain administrator for the City of El Paso. So again, thank you guys. It was a bit of a surprise today that I saw the email, but I'm here. So yeah, well, thank you for considering me in this. So I'll be glad to be here.
Thank you.
Great to
Mr.
hear
Hill.
that, Oscar. Welcome
Thank you,
aboard.
Oscar. Welcome.
Good to
Welcome.
have you, Oscar. I have a question. Is Oscar a voting member like the rest of us?
Yes, ma'am.
Did we vote him in or
We did it the last meeting.
the
Yes.
last? Okay, that was the last meeting. Okay, since
Yes.
we voted Tara and today I wasn't sure we were doing it again. Okay, thank you.
With Tara, we didn't have the appropriate language to take action. So that's why we have the holdover, but that was the intent at the last meeting.
And with that,
Ask for a motion.
if I could get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yeah, Jeff perked right up when we said that.
Shows I'm paying attention.
Second?
Second.
All right.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, have a good day.
Thanks for all the hard working.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
You know, I forgot that Oscar came in. We might have needed 8 today instead of 7.
No, well, we had
Are you sure?
Cisela came in too.